Good morning. Our press conference will begin in 5 minutes. Let me correct that. Our press conference will begin in 10 minutes. 10 minutes, please. 5 minutes. 5 minutes until our press conference begins. 5 minutes.
Good morning. Please welcome Chief Executive Officer of Fisker, Inc., Henrik Fisker.
Good morning, everybody. It's actually really great to see everybody in real life. I don't know about you guys, but I'm zoomed out. So it's great to be back here at the LA Auto Show. And particularly, I'm looking forward just to walk around and see real metal. You know, I'm tired of looking at computers and pictures, and I think everybody's excited about that. So I'm super excited about it, and I'm really excited about talking about the specifications of this vehicle that we have. We've got a lot of exciting things to reveal. Of course, the pandemic has been tough for everyone. You know, we were almost born during the pandemic as a company. We hired over 300 people since we went public last year in October. We raised about $1.6 billion, which obviously has meant we can accelerate everything we're doing despite the pandemic. I do think two good things came out of the pandemic. You know, a lot of people ask me, do people really care about the world's most sustainable car, even a sustainable car and recycled materials? And I actually think they do. We made a survey with about 19,000 people, which is our reservation holders, and they said the two main reasons they made a reservation for the Fisker Ocean was sustainability and design. And I think during the pandemic, we actually saw something that many people didn't think